Today I'm playing the entire career of Shedeur Sanders and not stopping until the day he retires. Already arguably the most polarizing figure in the NFL, and he's not even the starter. Except today for Coach RBT he will be. Shedeur begins his NFL journey as a 67 overall normal dev rookie, which yeah, EA, I'm sure that looks just like him. He also has an unpredictable personality trait, which I think is fair. Now what are the odds he proves everybody wrong and actually turns into one of the best quarterbacks of all time? It's gonna take a lot because his team he starts with is atrocious. Now what we're gonna do from here is go ahead and simulate to the end of his rookie season to see if he can shock the entire planet. But you guys are gonna need him to have a pretty incredible career to complete his career challenge, as he has to become at least an 85 rated, which absolutely is not a guarantee with where he starts. He has to win just one award. He has to lead his team to at least 3 division crowns, which isn't gonna be too easy being in the AFC North. He also has to progress to at least a superstar dev trait, and of course, and most importantly, he has to win a Super Bowl. And if he does successfully complete all 5 challenges, one of you lucky subscribers in the comments wins this beautiful jersey. And Shedeur better hope for his own sake that he has a good career so he can earn more money than this on his second contract. Well, I think it's safe to say Shedeur probably had hoped for better starts. What happened? See, dude, it is going to be so difficult to win this AFC North. We're literally 10 games behind first place. Hey, Shedeur shouldn't be too upset. They finished in last, just like the Chiefs. All right, we got to investigate, dude. How bad did Shedeur do? Oh, God, dude. The offense was diabolical, which the defense was actually worse. The offense being garbage doesn't really surprise me, though. Most importantly, Shedeur, as a rookie, put up pretty mediocre numbers, I would say, dude. Like, I mean, 4,000 yards is great. 24 touchdowns is solid for a rookie. But 20 interceptions, dude, that's gonna need some work. And not to mention, he got sacked 59 times? How's he still standing? A new thing in Madden 26 is the whole wear and tear system, and somehow, someway, after getting sacked 59 times, he looks perfectly healthy. So at least our guy's tough. Not even 1,000 yards as a team on the ground is diabolical. I mean, Shedeur almost had more rushing yards and 40 less attempts than the starting running back, which through the air, Jerry Jeudy, a phenomenal season at 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Also, Harold Fanon, the rookie, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. He might have won Rookie of the Year, which would be insane. 2 tight ends as the team's top 3 receivers is kind of crazy, with Deontay Johnson having a pretty decent season behind them, but that's just an insane stat line for Harold Fanon. Now, why was the team's defense so terrible? Probably because Myles Garrett only got 12.5 sacks, which is just not like him. And before we go see what Shedeur Sanders overall is up to at the end of his rookie season, I want to go see if he maybe could have won Rookie of the Year and completed his first challenge. Oh, Nix wins MVP, by the way. Just not really what I expected. Safe to say Shedeur did not finish with any top 10 MVP votes. And again, Pete Carroll winning Coach of the Year is just not what I expected whatsoever. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Rashee Rice. Defensive goes to TJ Watt. NFC Aiden Hutchinson. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Puka. Now, what we're worried about is Offensive Rookie of the Year, which goes to Ashton Genty, which does not surprise me whatsoever. My Tennessee Titans quarterback, Cam Ward, came in second. Harold Fanon came in third, and Shedeur came in fifth. Not too terrible for a 5th round selection. Now, what did his overall get up to? Forgot, we gotta wait 10 seconds. Brother, he went up from a 67 overall to an 80 in just 1 season. How did he do this as a normal dev? Brother, that is so insane. I mean, that is actually nuts. Like, when did he upgrade so much? He went up a ton of week 17. It's not even like he had a very impressive season or anything. And he's already considered the 22nd ranked quarterback in the National Football League. Like, if this is what he can do in just 17 games, imagine what he can do throughout an entire career. Now, a few things that I did want to point out is that when it comes to his motivations, he has like no interest in being a Cleveland Brown. So that'll be very interesting to see what he does once his rookie contract is up. And also, I'm interested to see if his traits change at all today. Like, he has some pretty decent ones conservative. He's not really supposed to throw the ball into tight windows, so I really don't know what happened here. The eyes up trait, which will keep his eyes up when moving towards the line of scrimmage. Double back, so he can scramble away from the sideline to keep the play alive. And oblivious, so he will remain calm near defenders, feeling less pressure, even in intense situations. You know what, brother? After this kind of season, I'm going to take initiative and set you as a team captain. Now, how did the squad improve around Shedeur? Okay, squad is up to an 82 overall, which is defense is an 85. So how'd they pretty much finish dead last? Jerry Jeudy up to an 86, so maybe he can be Shedeur's #1 for a little while. Harold Fannin up to an 80, so once David Njoku retires or leaves after his contract's up, at least he has a tight end 1 to throw to. Like this defense, man, they gotta play better in future seasons. Just absolutely no reason. A defense like this should play so bad. Might as well go ahead and see who's gonna make the Super Bowl this season since it's not gonna be us. Okay, we get an all-bird Super Bowl. Joe Lamar gets his first ever ring, dude. And most importantly, I got past the Super Bowl, so I wanted to see if Shedeur's dev trait went up whatsoever. Hopefully to star, and it didn't change at all. Now, the one good bit of news for him is that his teammate Harold Fannin did go up to star. Both same rating at an 80. So maybe next year, Shedeur can go up to star. But now, fellas, is when things get fun. I have absolutely no say in what happens here. So we're going to simulate straight through the draft, through free agency, and see if the Cleveland Browns front office actually takes their football serious and wants to improve the team around Shedeur, because God knows they need it. So go spend this $30 million wisely. Which, to be completely fair, it does look like they spent all of it. But who did they spend it on is the big question. Any quality additions in Cleveland? They went out and didn't really sign anybody of note whatsoever. I mean, they re-signed Jedrick Willis and just got some mid-offensive linemen. But hey, as you've seen these career videos before, I am over the moon. The front office just signs anybody. So at least we're spending our money on somebody. They also re-signed their punter. Yay. Now time to see what kind of young talent they can add here in Cleveland. Hold on a second, fellas. I have just noticed something down in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. This top story is saying the Browns might take a quarterback with the #1 pick. Absolutely not. Which mock draft 4 does have the Browns taking a quarterback, but in the last mock draft, they have us taking an edge rusher. I mean, Shedeur's up to an 80, so like, why would you replace him already? Is this guy like a generational prospect? No, it says he's around 3 to 4 talent. So I'm not gonna lie, dude. If the Browns brass takes that quarterback here, they're absolute morons. Oh, here we go, dude. Moment of freaking truth. Did they take a quarterback? #1? No. Denario Mullins, a decent little prospect. I mean, you might would hope for somebody a little bit better with the #1 pick. To be fair, it wasn't the best draft class in the world, so I mean, I guess we did fine. I just want to see that quarterback. He went #2. He was a 72 overall, man. Thank God they didn't pick him #1. So surely here in Shedeur's sophomore campaign, it can be at least a little bit better, which I'm not gonna lie, brother, this is still the Cleveland Browns organization, so my hopes aren't way too high, but in the day, dude, maybe, just maybe, Shedeur truly is their savior. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, dude, 7 wins is much better than 3. Again, by the skin of our shaft, did come in last place via a tie, but improvement is improvement, and that's all you can really ask for at this point. How much improvement do we get from Shedeur this season? The offense was much better than last year's, and then defensively, oh my God! Now, most importantly, Shedeur Sanders with a bit of improvement. 25 touchdowns. I think that's literally 1 more than last year. He did limit the turnovers by 3 interceptions. He also threw for more yards than last year. So again, dude, at this point in time, improvement is all you can really ask for. Although he has got to learn to get rid of the football or he is going to die. Now, on the ground, at least Judkins was a little bit better, although still not 1,000 yards as a team, which is diabolical. 3 1,000-yard receivers this time around. Jerry Jeudy still balling out. Harold Fannin still as a tight end 2. Put up more than double the amount of receiving yards as tight end 1. How is the defense so much better? I mean, it's not like it got to the quarterback that much more. And before we see if Shedeur got up to an 85 overall somehow, I do want to see if by any chance he did win himself an award this year. Joe Burrow wins MVP, and unfortunately, he did not get a top 10 MVP vote, which I'm assuming, yeah, dude, there's just no chance. Did not win an award this season at all, and he didn't even come in the top 10 for the best quarterback award, which I'm assuming will be the award that eventually, hopefully, completes one of his 5 challenges today. So his overall is up to an 83. So his actual overall is probably what's going to end up completing his first challenge for him, which is just not what I expected whatsoever. Another 3 overall increase from last year, which now he's considered a top 20 quarterback. And his squad around him, Jerry Jeudy's up to an 88. Rookie receiver they draft is up to a 77. The offensive line, dude, is so putrid. Like, no wonder he's got sacked 120 times his first 2 years. At least the team is up to an 85 overall, so they are slowly but surely getting better. Hopefully next year can actually make the playoffs. Cool note though, Shedeur did come in third in passing yards, so you know the NFL has got to be unnoticed at this point. It's not like he's alone in the sack department either, dude. Like Joe Burrow's getting sacked 57 times a season. I'm assuming though, yeah, he did lead the NFL in sacks. There's a ton of quarterbacks that got sacked over 50 times, but nobody over 59. Time to advance past the Super Bowl to see if Shedeur can finally get his first dev trade increase. As even though Joe Burrow was sacked 57 times this season, he still found a way to bring the Bengals their first ever Super Bowl. I'm more worried about our quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. Did he finally get an increase up to star development? No, he did not, unfortunately. And that's not good, brother. We need you to eventually become a superstar. So now apparently this front office has $70 million to spend. Let's hope to God they spend every last dime in free agency here to improve the team around Shedeur so they can actually make the playoffs next season. And, brother, they didn't spend a singular dime. I don't get it, man. It makes me sick to my stomach. Our literal marquee offseason signing was Chigozie aneurysm. Didn't even re-sign anybody either, so like, why just keep all this money? This better be a fire draft class here, or if I'm Shedeur, man, I am walking after my rookie contract. I mean, they got a good potential #1 corner, but outside of that, dude, this was so much worse than last year. Third time's a charm here in 2027. I'm just going to speak it into existence. Shedeur Sanders is going to lead the Cleveland Browns back to the playoffs here in year #3, brother. Manifestation is in progress, boys. Call me a hippie, but manifestation works as the Cleveland Browns back in the playoffs in the wild card. End up getting the 5 seed, which I don't think they won the division, though. Those gosh dang Baltimore Ravens me. Why I said it's going to be so tough for Shedeur to win his division 3 times. Now, I'm assuming he had a career year, dude. They won 11 games. They had the #1 offense in the NFL. Are you kidding me? Could they actually win the Super Bowl here? Now, Shedeur, what did you do? You put up pretty impressive numbers, brother. 4,900 yards. Had got to be close to leading the NFL. 34 touchdowns, 15 picks. I don't think he's going to be able to win MVP with those interception totals, but like, my God, dude, this is much improvement. I also have to reveal Shedeur is now up to an 86 rated, which means finally, here in year 3, he has completed his first career challenge. I mean, dude, at this point, he's only 25 years old, so like, what are the odds he could actually make it to a 99 overall? Now, there's also a chance with these numbers he could have won an award this year, but we'll check that in just a minute. I want to check the rest of the team. We had Judkins put up 11 touchdowns, so at least he's slowly but surely getting better. I guess we just don't run the football that much. Now, Sanders had 4.8 yards per carry, which is crazy. 460 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, so he's a much better scrambler than I think what anybody anticipated. 3 1,000-yard receivers once again. Jerry Jeudy, a career year, brother. We had Deontay Johnson, a career year. Harold Fanning continuing to develop into a dog, and David Njoku still as a veteran putting up great, respectable numbers. Okay, dude, like Myles Garrett, where has this been? 26.5 sacks is nuts, buddy. I have to say, dude, this defense could be kind of scary if this young buck they have on the other side of Myles Garrett also turns into a beast. Now, let's see, dude. This Shedeur Sanders in his 3rd season in the National Football League win MVP? No, he didn't. It went to Joe Burrow, but the first time in his career, he did get top 10 votes. So more progress this season from Shedeur. And something else I think is very funny is that top quarterback pick, Lucas Boss, came in top 10 as a rookie. So maybe the Browns should have took him at #1. And would you look at that? Yours truly winning coach of the year. Fellas, the vibes are incredible around here. The vibes will get even better if Shedeur could have won an award. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Troy Franklin. He did get Offensive Player of the Year votes at least. What about the Best Quarterback Award? I'm assuming that also went to the MVP. No. How? It goes to Bo Nix. How'd Shedeur finish higher in the MVP race than he did the Best Quarterback Award? It doesn't make any sense. I'm just excited to see if this team can go on a Super Bowl run. I mean, they are up to an 87 overall team with an 84 offense and 91 defense. So, I mean, I feel like this team has what it takes. And they better take their shot while they can, man, because in just a few seasons, they're going to have to give Shedeur a massive extension, or he's going to take the money and go elsewhere. So here we have it, brother. Shedeur Sanders' first ever playoff game in the National Football League away from home against the 8-9 Jags. I don't feel like we should lose this game. We won 11 games in a very tough division. The Jags only won 8 games. They only made the playoffs or getting a home games. They won a stinky AFC South, and we got first rounded. That's diabolical. I'm not gonna lie, that is rather disappointing. And losing in overtime is even worse, man. It looks like we really couldn't get our offense going. Shedeur, I mean, he wasn't too terrible in his first playoff game. 250 yards, 2 tutties, and 1 interception. He just couldn't run the ball, which was the big issue. I mean, we literally only carried it, 10 times as a team. Judy's still going off, but does it really matter, dude? We lost. Next year will be the year that we go in a run, though, boys. Again, manifesting it worked earlier. We're going to go on a run next year, actually push for a Super Bowl. Hopefully before Shedeur's contract runs out. Not gonna lie, fellas, makes me feel a little bit better that those 8-win Jags actually made it to the Super Bowl, although they didn't win it, though. Now, surely this was the season Shedeur finally got his dev trait increase up. Just what's going on? Still a normal dev dude at the age of 26. I just don't understand. I feel like his numbers have been good enough. How's he supposed to make it to a superstar at this rate? I mean, his buddy Harold's already made it there. So many players have got dev trait increases, yet Shedeur is still normal. Now, when it comes to the offseason, dude, it's time for the front office to stop messing around. Over $100 million to spend this offseason. And if they don't, man, if they don't touch that budget, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna have a stroke. And I wouldn't blame Shedeur if he ended up signing elsewhere. Are you looking to buy, sell, trade, or rip cards? Well, Arena Club is changing the hobby with their transparent slab packs and their no-fee auctions. Whether you're chasing grails or flipping slabs, Arena Club makes it easy to collect the cards you love. With slab packs, you can rip a pack worth just $25 and hit on a card that's worth much more. Arena Club is the #1 trusted name in the game as they offer complete, full transparency, showing every possible card in the pack with the likelihood of pulling each one, so you know exactly what's available before you buy. Get the excitement of seeing what you pulled as soon as you open up your pack, with each slab displaying its grade and details ready to be added to your digital showroom. So I actually decided to go and rip a few packs myself earlier and actually got some pretty good pack pulls. And with every slab pack, Arena Club makes you an instant offer for your card based on its market value. No guessing, no waiting. You get an instant offer, first estimated fair market value, and you can accept it on the spot. Yes, the packs may be digital, but the cards are real. So from your digital showroom, you can trade, sell, auction, or even retrieve your physical card from the Arena Club vault. And right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by using code RBT at arenaclub.com/RBT. Again, that's 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase at arenaclub.com/RBT with code RBT. I mean, at least they spent some of it, unlike last year. All they really did was beef up that offensive line a little bit. But I guess at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. Did pick up Mason Graham's 5th-year option, so at least they're not letting him walk. Interested to see if they draft a quarterback here in 2028. If so, that means they are looking to replace Shedeur. So much could actually happen right here. So much could tell us what this front office is planning for the future. I mean, you never know when he still has normal dev. And crazy enough, they did draft a quarterback in the 2nd round, but he's a 64 overall. So there's just no way they're expecting him to replace Shedeur. And to be honest with you, it was a garbage draft. I'm telling you guys, though, as we head into a new season, I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling. Shedeur, for the first time in his career, gonna win the AFC North. Hold the freaking phone. Does that mean what I think it does? First round bye. So obviously, that has to mean for the first time in his career, Shedeur Sanders has won the AFC North. We gladly take every bit of progress possible. Does Shedeur have an MVP type season? Didn't have the top offense this year, but we'll still take number 3 gladly. Shedeur put up 5,063 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. Now, I don't know with the 13 interceptions if that's enough to win MVP, but I'm sure at the end of the day, dude, he had to have led the NFL in passing yards, right? 400 yards above Joseph Burrow, by the way. Oh my God. Now, the only thing, though, that can stand in his way is Baker Mayfield here, who threw 42 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, so he probably won it, and apparently he's back with the Rams. Judkins still not doing too much crazy, but still did have 14 touchdowns. Good year once again from Shedeur on the ground. Now, Jerry Jeudy balling the frick out, brother. 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns. Fletcher, don't even remember where you came from. 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. DJ Douglas, young guy, good season. Harold Fannin, another decent year. And again, talk about NFL leaders. I'm assuming and Jerry Jeudy. Okay, my assumption was wrong. Puka Nacua about put up 2,000 yards, 26 touchdowns. Like, brother? Oh my God. That just threw me for a loop. Second in the NFL in receiving yards is still solid, Jerry. I mean, 133 catches. At least that led the league. Now, it is time, brother. Did Shedeur Sanders bring the MVP home? No. It wasn't even Baker. I mean, Shedeur did come in fourth, so he is getting better. Like how did Caleb win it? What black magic did he pull off? I mean, that's good numbers. I don't even like he had that many rushing yards or touchdowns either. So, like, how did he win MVP over Baker? And there's still hope, though, on a few other awards. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jahmyr Gibbs on the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way. That has got to be outlawed. Again, how does Shedeur come in 10th in Offensive Player of the Year voting, but 4th in MVP? Now, he still has a chance to have won Best Quarterback, and that goes to CJ Stroud. Again, this doesn't make sense. Now, what is the old overall up to 87? So with that normal dev trait, he's kind of hit a wall where he barely can go up, even though he had such an incredible year. Now, what I did want to see, boys, is did he sign a contract extension to stay in Cleveland? Not yet. Oh my God. This playoff run might be his last few games as a Brown. So since we have a bye, we gladly can advance into the next week. See who our opponent is going to be. Hopefully a stinker. It is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, funny enough, we just lost to in the last game we played. I need to do some research, though. We probably had to have played them twice this season. So we did win at home the first time we played them. It makes me feel a little bit better. So let's do it, brother. Can Shedeur Sanders win the first playoff game of his NFL career and take one step closer to a Super Bowl berth? And they lost. They didn't even just lose, dude. They got absolutely demolished. Josh Matthews just balling out, dude. Shedeur, I mean, not a terrible performance. Again, it's just the freaking running game. We cannot get going in the playoffs. Surely this isn't the last time we see Shedeur in a Browns uniform, right? You know, all will not be lost this season if at bare minimum here we can get a dev trait increase from Shedeur. I feel like he's earned. Well, not gonna lie, boys, at least this makes me feel a little bit better. But will make me also feel a lot better is if Shedeur finally got a well-deserved increase up to at least star development, and he's still normal. All the while, Harold Fannin is up to X Factor. Like, why can't Shedeur just become a star, dude? At this point, though, dudes, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and simulate to the start of next season. We have to see whether or not Shedeur is still a Cleveland Brown. Time to check this lineup, fellas. Moment of truth. Imagine the scenes if he is no longer a Cleveland Brown, and he is no longer a Cleveland Brown. Oh my God. First of all, who in God's green earth is this guy? It says he was an undrafted quarterback. I'm so confused. I mean, he's a freaking X Factor, dude. So just completely disregarding that, it's time to see where we have to follow Shedeur at now. Shedeur Sanders is officially a member of the Detroit Lions. Oh my God. How psychotic would it be if Shedeur Sanders brings the Lions to their first ever Super Bowl? What kind of contract did they give him? Just a 1-year, $3 million deal? Like, what are we talking about? What is his Lions looking like? I mean, they have 99 overall, Amara St. Brown. I mean, honestly, dude, this is a pretty stacked team. He has Dak Prescott as his backup. I mean, I'm not even trolling, dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he led his team to back-to-back first-round buys. I mean, keep in mind, though, the NFC North might be even tougher than the AFC North. Let's hope Shedeur can bring the Lions to the playoffs and actually earn himself a well-deserved contract extension. No first-round bye, but we'll still take a 10-win season, which is so unfortunate they didn't win the division because of a tiebreaker. I mean, he led the Lions in his first season here to a top 10 offense. Their defense isn't too shabby either. I mean, that's some pretty crazy numbers, brother. 35 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Have to see, though. Kurt Schilling, by the way, that's wild. With by far the least amount of interceptions he's ever thrown, like, what are the odds, man? What are the odds he won MVP? At least a much better running game here in Detroit, actually putting up 800, 900 yards. Now, through the air, St. Brown putting up good numbers, as was George Contreras. Didn't shock me. Aiden Hutchinson's putting up crazy numbers. Oh my God, as is Jermaine Johnson. So let's see it, brother. Did Shedeur finally win MVP? No, he didn't. Michael Penix won it. Shedeur came all the way down in 7th. Let's see, man. There's been some wonky awards. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Pat Bryant on the Rams. Shedeur came in 7th here. Best quarterback goes to Michael Penix. Shedeur came in 4th, so still no award. But Shedeur now up to a real 89 overall. With the team, it's up to a 90, man. So, like, they're 100% a Super Bowl contender. Let's see it, dude. Can Shedeur finally, after 5 seasons in the National Football League, win his first ever playoff game? And they lose once again. It was so close, dude. 24-21. He just can't get it over the line. 2 interceptions. He loses to Baker Mayfield, dude. It was just so close. But surely after the season they just had, they will absolutely give Shedeur a contract extension, right? Oh, what a surprise. A Chiefs Super Bowl victory. Wait, the coach of the year was Dion Cox? Please tell me, dude. Please tell me for the first time ever. Got a dev trade increase. Oh my God. Oh, it happened, boys. I mean, it took a long time. It took a long time. But this past week, as you see, now a star dev. It only took till he turned 28 years old. Now, what about a contract extension? Have they got one done yet? No. Which is crazy, because they already got a ton of contract extensions done. My God, a lot of money got spent. And they only have $15 million in salary cap. So again, there might be a very, very good chance we simulate the next season. And for the 3rd time in 3 seasons, Shedeur's on a different team. Let's see, brother. Was the Lions front office able to work at least a little bit of magic? They were. This team is actually so good, dude. So the fact they were able to keep it together for another season is crazy work. I want to see how fat that contract extension is, Shedeur. Well deserved, boys. Well deserved. Our man finally got his money. 3 years, about $130 million. So finally, for the first time in the NFL, got himself a decent payday. And I'm telling you, dude, over the next 3 seasons with the team they have, surely they can make it to a Super Bowl. First step, make it back to the playoffs here in 2030. Ideally, he gets another division crown under his belt this season. Fellas, we came in last place. How is that possible with this team? The offense was so bad. Like, how? I mean, like, Shedeur is good. He limited turnovers, only 4 picks all season. I mean, he's definitely thrown for more yards in his career. The running game was kind of garbage. Maybe that's why, like, our receivers didn't even have a good year. It's so weird. That is so freaking strange. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson had 26 sacks, for crying out loud. I mean, he still got MVP votes, no Offensive Player of the Year, and yet again, no Best Quarterback award. So our only chance of something positive coming out of this season if somehow, some way, Shedeur becomes a superstar in the offseason. Boys, what are the odds? Nope, still a star. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I don't even think he went up a single overall last year. He's gonna hit 30 years of age next season, and at that point, dude, his overall is gonna start to go down. We still have a ton of challenges we need him to complete. Just curious to see how many of these players they can afford to keep this offseason, because I wouldn't be surprised if they lost 1 or 2. They have so many good players that are probably on super expensive contracts. But we're simming the next season to see which of Shedeur's teammates he inevitably loses. I don't feel like they lost way too much. They have a terrible right guard. Okay, so they definitely did lose a few defensive players, but it's still a good enough team to win a Super Bowl, man. I mean, they are 92 overall, for crying out loud. Speaking of first round bye into existence, at least bare minimum an NFC North division crown. No, dude. All it makes it even worse, dude, is we literally missed the playoffs and missed a division crown on a tiebreaker. That is diabolical. We had a top 10 offense, so maybe at least Shedeur had a good season. Defensively, we sucked. Shedeur, good numbers. 4,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 6 picks. I mean, completed 72% of his passes. Okay, the teams could not run the ball at all. Monrod, though, spectacular season. Please, dear God, Joe Burrow wins MVP. Shedeur didn't even get a top 10 vote, which means probably once again, no Offensive Player of the Year, although he did get a vote, and I'm assuming once again, no Best Quarterback award. Maybe there's still some chance he goes up to Superstar? Because he's got to get to completing some of these challenges, man. Nope. Which he is up to a 90 overall, which I think we all can agree is a pretty big improvement from where he started. But Shedeur, brother, we got to get this up to Superstar. And again, boys, I really don't believe the old Lions front office can, necessarily afford to sign anybody in the offseason. So again, just going to advance into 2032 and just go again. His contract has got to be running up soon, though. We've got to get something positive done here in Detroit, man. Into next season, and at least for the most part, it looks like the team stayed together. I mean, you can't complain having a 92 overall squad. So in what could be Shedeur's last season in Detroit, man, they have got to make the most of it and at least make it back to the playoffs. I would definitely prefer a division crown. Fellas, it was definitely not pretty, but it was effective. Unfortunately, not good enough for a division crown, but at this point, dude, don't care. Shedeur has another chance at the Super Bowl, but we first just need to win his first playoff game. I mean, we finished with the second best offense in the league, so maybe there's a chance he did win an award, although the defense was terrible. Okay, so he threw a lot of interceptions, so I'm not gonna lie, that really might have hurt his chances at winning any award. At least the team had a good running game for once, averaged 5 yards per carry, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is eating. They had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Talk about eating, dude. Aiden Hutchinson's got to have the all-time sack record at this point. Which, speaking of, at this point, just wanted to note, Shedeur now has 36,000 career passing yards, 250 touchdowns, and 93 picks, with the picture-perfect career completion percentage. Not to mention 24 career rushing touchdowns and almost 3,000 yards. Obviously, no MVP. I swear he finishes 10th in voting like every single year. His boy Amon-Ra got Offensive Player of the Year, although he didn't finish in the top 10. Like, why does Caleb Williams win this award every freaking year, dude? It's making me mad. What will return my happiness, though, is a first playoff win here. I have to go to the 11-6 Bucks, so it's gonna be kind of a tough game. But he's due, man. He's like 0-4, 0-5 in the playoffs, and it's about freaking time. Although he immediately gets rewarded with the game against the 1-seed Vikings. Now, I did want to see, we had to play the Vikings twice in the regular season, which we lost 3-14 in Minnesota, but then did win 35-28. So we've proved we can beat them before. Can we do it one more time to advance to the conference championship game for the first time in Shedeur's career? Oh my! Brother, what on God's green earth happened here? Shedeur with a disaster class, dude. That is gross. Well, let's look on the bright side, at least he did win a playoff game. But you really gotta hope, dude, that this isn't how he goes out as a Lion. But maybe after finally winning a playoff game, he finally improves the Superstar. It's about time. How many times have we got knocked out of the playoffs against the eventual Super Bowl champion? Come on, Madden 26 franchise, give us some good news, or don't. Just don't know if it's in the cards, brother. Just don't know if it's in the cards. He still isn't going down in overall, though, which is definitely a good thing, especially considering he's now 31 years old, which they still haven't given him a contract extension. Let's see who he's employed by next year. And with him being 31 years old, man, especially in Madden 26 when players retire early, there's a good chance he only has a few years left, so he's got to get going. I saw the teams overall went down a ton. Now, I don't know if that's from him leaving or not. Oh, God, it is. Unbelievable. Who is this guy? So where is our guy now? Imagine he went back to the Browns. Imagine the storyline. Shedeur Sanders has signed with the Baltimore Ravens, which I'm assuming he's a Lamar Jackson replacement, which is nuts. What am I even looking at right now? What kind of contract did they give him? Just please be like a long-term thing. 2 years, about 75 mil, not shabby. Please tell me he at least joined another stacked roster. At the wide receiver position is not too good. At least they have a good tight end to throw to. I mean, the team is an 87 overall, so I've seen much worse. The defense got some good players. I think we can work with this. And I just now got to thinking too, boys. He now has a chance to beat up on his old team. 17-0, boys, for Shedeur Sanders. Whoa. Pause that sentence. What are we looking at here? Hold on a minute. 12-5. Does that mean what I think it does. Division crown for Shedeur Sanders. It's about time he started making some progress. Okay, what a start, to life here in Baltimore. Led the #1 offense in the National Football League and had a top 5 defense too, man. Maybe this really could be the Super Bowl year. 5,300 yards is insane, dude. Although I don't know if these 31 touchdowns are enough to win him an award. Okay, so all those touchdowns went to the freaking running back, dude. 21 touchdowns is insane, Niles. The receivers are happy, though, dude. 3 receivers with over 1,200 yards is crazy work. Let's go ahead and do it, man. The Shedeur Sanders, for the first time ever, win an MVP, win an award. No. Came in 5th, though, which I think is one of the highest finishes he's had yet. Also got robbed of Coach of the Year. How about one of the other awards? He doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year. Doesn't even get top 10 votes. What about Best Quarterback? Come on, dude. Again. You know what, Shedeur? Screw the haters. Screw them all. Go out and make it to a Super Bowl, buddy. And that's what happened. Man, it's crazy. Shedeur is literally like, what, 1-6 in playoff games? Maybe even worse? I mean, he had a good game, but Cam just kind of balled out. Again, holding out hope that somehow, some way, even as a 31 turning into a 32-year-old, our guy Shedeur can become a superstar. Oh my god, it's been ages. Shedeur Sanders finally up to superstar as a 32-year-old. Fellas, we will absolutely freaking take it. And he went up in overall too, up to a 91. The only thing is, dude, I'm pretty sure players can't make it past 35 in franchise. So, like, you got 3 years to complete these last 3 challenges. Hold on a second. 12-5 once again. Does that mean what I think it does? The Ravens, once again, on a tiebreaker over his former team, the Cleveland Browns, win the AFC North, which again, by the skin of his shaft, completes another career challenge. Can he finally make it to a Super Bowl? Again, led the league's #1 offense, and hold on a gosh dang second, fellas. These are MVP caliber numbers. Outside the fact he was sacked 70 times. How are you not dead? 75% completion is crazy too, man. Okay, he only had 2 touchdowns. The running back stole 17 of them. But again, man, there's a good chance he finally won an award this season, and then it would all come down to a Super Bowl. Outside of that, Alani Steele, 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns. I gotta see who this guy is. I don't even think he's that good of a receiver, is he? He's an 82. That's still insane numbers. Let's see it, man. Did he complete his 3rd challenge? He did not win MVP. He was raw blind. I gotta see, what did Joe Burrow do better to freaking steal this from us? He threw for 200 less yards, 1 more touchdown, 2 less interceptions. He completed 4% less of his passes. His teammates stole Offensive Player of the Year from him. Oh, come on. Best QB award. Please. It goes to Bo Nix. Like, how does he come in 5th? I don't get it. It'll all be fine, though, if he can just make it to a Super Bowl here. And for the first time, I'm going to do something different. We're just going to go ahead and simulate straight to the Super Bowl and see if we have a little bit more luck this way around. Come on. Speaking it to existence. Shedeur Sanders to the Super Bowl is going to take a big step forward, and we're not getting that big step forward. We lost again, probably first game. No, we actually won a game. Oh, that is disgusting. Lost a game to the team that didn't believe in him, which, at least, bare minimum, out of absolutely nowhere, he does become a superstar X Factor, which doesn't really help him in terms of his career challenge, but as he ages, that should help his overall stay up in the 90s. Although at this point, he's just barely considered a top half quarterback, which they still haven't even given him a contract extension. Like, I'm hoping they do. He's had a lot of success here. Now, I guess we just need to see if he's still a Raven at the start of next season. We gotta hope to God if he wants any chance of making the Super Bowl. In 2035, is Shedeur still a Raven? Oh my god, he actually is. 2-year extension, so he's locked in until the end of next season. So lock the frick in here, Shedeur, and go and make the most of these next 2 seasons, starting now. Is it not strange to anybody else that we've literally gone 12-5 3 consecutive seasons? Not complaining though if Shedeur can finally turn it into a Super Bowl berth. Again, led a top 2 offense. Again, insane numbers, man, but probably won't turn into an award. I wonder if to win these awards, you just have to have a lot of rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. Let's see it, man. Did he finally get it done? No. Of course not. Bryce Young on the Bengals, by the way. Another 5th place finish for Shedeur. Pretty high finish in the Offensive Player of the Year voting. What about Best Quarterback? Nope. goes to Bryce. We're doing it again, man. Straight to the Super Bowl. Come on. It's just not in the cards, is it, brother? It's just not in the cards, man. We got first rounded by the 7 seed. Oh, God, dude. Shedeur, what's happening? It's like every playoff loss is an interception that's a difference maker. Well, this is his problem. He just like gets sacked so many times, so he has to be holding on to the football. I really hope he doesn't retire yet, which is definitely a possibility. So we still have so much more we need to accomplish, and it can be done in just a season, which I don't see a Shedeur retirement announcement just yet. No, so we're officially good for another season. He hangs on to his X Factor for another year. I'm pretty sure he did have another year left on his contract. So here, starting the next season, he is still a Raven, which this could be his final season in Baltimore, which means this could be his final season of competing for a Super Bowl. You know what? I would take a 4th consecutive 12-5 season. I just hope if that happens, we can either win an MVP, make it to the Super Bowl, or both. So a singular win less than the last 3 seasons. But if it can get us to a Super Bowl, who cares? Again, just insane numbers from Shedeur Sanders. But again, with his luck, it's probably not good enough for the MVP. The voters have an agenda. But he did have 6 rushing touchdowns this season, which might be a career high. So I wonder if that impacts anything. Let me actually check across the league. Oh no, Bryce is gonna win it again. What are you doing? Put up 5,600 yards, you crazy boy. Go ahead. Disappoint us once again. Bryce Young, that's the 2nd time Shedeur's came in 2nd. Again, what are the off chances he won Offensive Player of the Year? He came in 2nd again, which means I'm assuming he also came in 2nd for the Best Quarterback Award. Came in 3rd. Don't know how that makes sense, but he's getting robbed, dude. Clock is ticking, Shedeur. First game against the Chargers. We're going to simulate and hopefully get only, what, the 2nd playoff win of Shedeur's career? 17-6. We got it done. It wasn't pretty, but fellas, it was effective. See what happens when you don't throw a single interception. Now, can we do it again here in Denver against the 12-5 Broncos to advance into the AFC Conference Championship for the first time in Shedeur Sanders' career, and we lost by a singular point. I have never seen somebody so unlucky, man. So many slim losses in the playoff, and he put up an absolute masterclass. Just so unfortunate, man. If you're not first, you're last. Shedeur, I beg you, don't call it quits yet. Come on, give it another season. You're still on the top of your game, man. At the ripe age of 35, he is still a superstar X Factor at a 90 overall, which I do think this is another contract extension for next year, so he should be in Baltimore for at least another season. Oh god, dude, I have a bad feeling this season the team's about to take a huge hit. Up another year, another top finish offensively? Oh my god, this guy is aging like a fine wine. There's absolutely no way. Dude, no shot. 400 more yards than 2nd place. He had 15 more touchdowns than 2nd place. No shot. No way. Shedeur Sanders, as a 35-year-old, for the first time in his career, is your NFL MVP. Oh, man, it's a long time coming. It's a long time coming at the same time. Those numbers weren't good enough to win Offensive Player of the Year, dude. What are we talking about? Did win Best Quarterback, though. Oh, my God, dude. You know what this means. That's another career challenge completed for Shedeur Sanders, which means all he has left to do here before he retires is win a Super Bowl. After all that, how anticlimactic would it be if we lost to the Jags game 1? Unbelievable! I'm telling you, dude, Shedeur Sanders is just tainted in the playoffs. He threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they still lost. Now we gotta hope and pray, brother. We have got to hope and pray he doesn't retire and gives it another shot, because obviously he's still on his A game. Oh god, CJ Stroud retires. Cam Ward, who was in the same draft class as Shedeur, also retires. Oh, let's see it, boys. Let's see it. Let's confirm. Will he give us at least one more season? Oh, thank God. I was scared. I was scared. Which, with him getting so old, though, he had to turn 36. He's probably going down in overall quite a bit, which he's still an X Factor. Down to 89 rated, which I still feel like he can do some damage with that. Now, surely he's still a Raven at the start of next season, right? Like, they'd be stupid not to give him extension after he put up these numbers. Not gonna lie, boys, I did see the team overall drop quite a bit, and that normally happens when you lose a quarterback, and they didn't. I'm a liar. Which, I'm not gonna lie, this offense still looks pretty good. Like, I don't know why the team dropped so much. The offensive line is very, very consistent across the board. 88 offense, it's the defense that sucks. But as long as Shedeur puts up another 50-plus touchdown season here in 2038 as a 36-year-old, we should be fine and make the playoffs again and hopefully go on a Super Bowl run so he can complete his career challenge. Who would have guessed, brother? Another 11-6 quality season. He has made the playoffs so many times in his career. Surely he's got to give it at least one legitimate run. Like, I don't even think he's made it to the conference championship yet. Led the league's #1 offensive attack once again, and again, psychotic numbers. So he honestly might have just won back-to-back MVPs, which he did. That's just crazy because he had us sweating for so long, dude. Oh, wow. He also won Offensive Player of the Year. So that's his first time winning that award. Oh, my God. He won the Triple Crown. Maybe that's a sign, boys. Maybe that's a sign that this is the year. Thank God. A blowout, exactly what this team and Shedeur needed for the confidence. Can he do it again here against the 12-5 Miami Dolphins to advance into the conference championship game for the first time in his career? Come on, Shedeur. Let's go! Oh my God, it is about freaking time, fellas. 35-28 in overtime victory. Shedeur overcame an interception the first time in his career. He won a playoff game when turning the football over. So it all comes down to this, fellas. This is probably gonna be his last legitimate shot at making a Super Bowl. We gotta hope to God we're in the game. Gotta hope to God we have made it, and it is about freaking time! Oh my God, in what genuinely might be the final season of Shedeur Sanders' career in an absolute blowout, 42-21. It wasn't even close, brother. 3 consecutive away victories to finally make it to the big game. Surely we don't choke here. Surely. We have grinded too hard and too long only to choke in the biggest game of Shedeur Sanders' life. Don't ask questions on why my voice right now is not matching the commentary. Just having to do about 15 to 20, 30 seconds of post commentary so YouTube doesn't steal all of my money here. Big throw here from Shedeur. Let's get back to the live comm. Let's finish, boys. Play action. Back of the end zone. Oh, I lofted it too much. That's an L on my part. No mistakes, boys. You know what? We take off. Shedeur run. Shedeur run. Shedeur run. Oh, big hit. Stop just shy. Is that an offensive lineman running a route? We're forcing it to him. Just kidding. We're not. He's triple covered. I'm so stupid. That's what I get for looking at a freaking offensive lineman. Guess we're going to have to make up for that here. Oh, no. Nobody's open. I throw it away. We're going to go from a touchdown to a field goal. I'm a freaking idiot. Lock in here. Make up for that nonsense. Score this touchdown, please. Nobody's open. I just got to throw it away. We're going to have to kick a freaking field goal. Oh, I'm stupid. I am stupid. At least we get points, though. The 49ers also kick a 57-yard field goal and notch things up at 3. Oh, the pressure. I don't even have time. I don't lie. A little flustered after we didn't score that first drive. I got to lock in. A's open. Do we lead him in stride? Oh, what a catch. Go 14. What a move. Might chunk this deep regardless. He has a step. I'm not going to lie. Perfect throw. In stride. Touchdown. Oh, my God. Morale needed that. Holy crap. We had the lead in the Super Bowl. I have to say, Shedeur, what a freaking dime drop right in the bucket. Now we need our defense to get us the ball back before halftime so we can hopefully go up by 2 possessions. I say that. 49ers kind of moving the ball. They're going to punt it to us. Okay, A is open. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. That's a dot. All right, hold on a second, brother. We are cooking. We are cooking up. So 30 seconds ago, plenty of time. We get to cover 2. Look, this is a touchdown. This is a touchdown. This is a touchdown. This is a touchdown. What a grab. So I'm going to call my last timeout, and we have a second chance from the 2-yard line to make up for that nonsense earlier. The offensive line to throw it through this time, buddy. Let's look for an open receiver underneath. I'm going to look for Steele here. Who's open? Touchdown, Ravens. We literally just went 93 yards in what, like 20, 30 seconds? Shedeur Sanders cooking. And boys, we get the ball here up 17-3. If we score, it's a GG. RB wide open for another first down. We are moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 1 more quarter to go, and Shedeur Sanders is a Super Bowl champion. I think I had open receiver. Just dump it down to 82. Big hit, but he holds on. Wear and tear, not looking too good. All right, though, he's a grown man. He's a big boy. He's been sacked probably 500 times in his career. Probably 1,000 times, actually, at this point. He knows the pain. He knows the grind. He has the grit. He's about to throw a touchdown right here. Okay, I almost threw an interception. That would have been kind of embarrassing. No screw-ups here, please. No screw-ups here. X. Open. Fellas, I think that's ball game. It has been done. 31-3 your final. Shedeur Sanders and the Ravens takes down the San Francisco 49ers. After 14 long years of adversity, Shedeur is finally a Super Bowl champion, which Shedeur actually didn't ride off into the sunset just yet because apparently he wants to go back-to-back, which is not going to be with the Ravens, though. He signed a contract with the Atlanta Falcons, but he's still a beast even at the age of 37. Not good enough to lead the Falcons to the playoffs, though. And officially, after 15 incredible seasons, Shedeur Sanders calls it quits, but not after 67,520 passing yards and an even 500 passing touchdowns, not to mention a Super Bowl, after he officially finishes his career as the third best quarterback of all time. And most importantly, he completed his career challenge, which means one of you lucky subs in the comments wins this jersey. Now, if you enjoyed that one, you can click right here to watch me play the career of Travis Hunter both ways, which honestly, I promise to God, this is the craziest career video I've ever done. Now, if you're still here, can you please click subscribe? I'm kind of desperate.